best character wrestlers.
Top 5 wrestling characters.
Top 5 character wrestlers.
Best character wrestlers.
Top 5 character wrestlers.
I'm going to say Chris Jericho, because even when he was mid-card and even when he was being looked over, he would still find a way of building that character reference, and it got him the matches that made him win the World Championship and multiple titles everywhere else. So Chris Jericho is my fifth.
So, no particular order once again, but gonna start with the man, the myth, the legend, the phenom, The Undertaker. I don't think there's ever been a greater character in wrestling. I mean, it's been through so many iterations, stood the test of time, and again, Undertaker would, certainly could be on anyone's wrestling Mount Rushmore. No one's gonna bat eyelid. Undertaker, Mark Calloway's just been so good in all of his roles, whether it's the OG classic funeral parlor Undertaker, the Ministry Undertaker, or American Badass. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, some people didn't like that one. I personally loved it. Yeah. And then when he flipped heel, became Big Evil, and then when he come back at WrestleMania 20, that's sort of an amalgamation between the Undertaker and the American Badass version of the Undertaker. It's just a character that will live forever, and I don't see anyone really topping that. Yeah, so Undertaker.
In at number 1, there is no argument, there is no conversation. I'm tempted to say Brothers of Destruction, because when you thought it couldn't be replicated, it was in Kane. But the greatest story is The Undertaker. There is nothing more in the world of wrestling. It's the greatest creation in wrestling, and there is no other. The man walked like a zombie, became more like Jason Voorhees, but again, still just a monster in there. The elements of controlling the dark, the light, should I say, the dark, the light coming out of coffins, teleporting, fireballs, everything around it. It's an aura. The gong alone sets a pace and a chill and a tone. In an era where the Attitude Era became something else. Yes, he became the biker then, but that is the only character. You can't bring back a clown. You can't bring back a race car driver and the rest of it, or a man a refuse collector. But the dead man was able to come back. We know it's not real, yet we still buy into the character of The Undertaker. It's the greatest creation that wrestling has ever created, and at the number 1 spot has to be The Undertaker.
Number 1. Was there any doubt? The Undertaker. The fact that the Undertaker gimmick could have just been a whatever gimmick. That was back in the cartoon days when you had a wrestling job and a real life job, and he was the Undertaker. And just the fact that the first time he came out, he was a zombie. His character was a zombie, but then slowly became the Undertaker that was worshipping the urn. That became, and then I got these suit bones, the biker taker. The fact that now his name is not Mark Calloway, his name is Taker. You said to someone, oh, Undertaker, they know him right away. That character to this day will shop anywhere, bam. People still dress like Undertaker. What a gimmick, what a character to play for so many years. So great, grey and black, purple, the Ministry of Darkness, just where to, Stephanie? Just if you think of take a Undertaker, you just think what a character, and no one could have portrayed it better to make it run this long. To this day, that if he comes out on a show right now, you're there, you're popping, you're going crazy. I get to see the take So number 1 has to be Undertaker.
And of course, we finish with the GOAT of character wrestlers, Kane's kayfabe brother. You cannot talk about character wrestlers and not talk about The Undertaker, the dead man, obviously. Not my favourite version of The Undertaker, as you may have heard me say on the channel before, but when you're talking about a guy who committed to a role for 30 years, aside from doing the American Badass gimmick, he basically stayed in character. He stayed as he was, and he was the Dead Man, and he terrified people. And there were all these different iterations of the Dead Man, but it was always kind of the same core. And yeah, as far as character wrestlers go, he's unmatched. He really is unmatched. And I don't think in my lifetime or in the next lifetime or in any lifetime you're ever going to see another Mark Calloway, another Undertaker. It's just not going to happen. The greatest character invention ever in wrestling. So that's my top 5 character wrestlers.